tonight. So this is going to be recorded. Is it going to be edited? That is up for future me to do. Either it's going to be edited or it's not going to be edited. And that is entirely up to future me, because right now it's currently 2:51 right now at the moment of which I'm recording this. So I don't know if I'm going to be editing this or not, because this has happened before where I'm like, oh yeah, I need to edit this. But then the time comes for me to edit, and I'm just like, I don't like, it comes for me to edit, and I'm over here like, I need to upload this by tomorrow, but I am extreme, and I had no time throughout this entire day, and I'm extremely tired. I'm either gonna delete it, or I'm just gonna upload it as is, and that's what I end up doing. So hold on, wait, I'm gonna need to speed up everything. So this way, at the final moment, I can Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm only gonna record this just for the acid stuff, and then the stream is gonna keep on going. For those of you that are watching this through the video, this most likely I'm not gonna edit this. Most likely I'm not gonna edit this because this is gonna be the day of which I'm recording this. The day after I'm going to upload it. Okay, let's go to B is right here. So fuck. Okay. So okay, yeah. This is only being streamed on Twitch right now because I've mentioned this before where I'm like, okay, I mostly stream on this because sometimes YouTube doesn't know what Twitch is. OBS knows what YouTube doesn't know what YouTube is. OBS knows what YouTube is. However, because YouTube at times doesn't know what YouTube is, OBS cannot connect to it, and as a result, I end up having to only being able to stream on Twitch. So if you're on YouTube right now, it is a safe bet to go over and start watching this Twitch streams, because, well, I stream over there, and if I'm not streaming on YouTube, I'm most likely streaming on Twitch. If I'm not streaming on Twitch, then there's a good chance that I'm not streaming at all tonight. Which is also a good this is also a good plugin to put, to say, hey, the Twitch link is in the description, and and also Discord. I usually say if I'm going to be streaming or not. If I don't say anything, it's usually because, okay, I am going to be streaming. But not so often will I be like, yeah, I don't want to be streaming. I don't want to be streaming, I'm not going to say it. But most of the time, I'm going to, like, say, hey, I don't feel like streaming tonight, because I'm that tired. That's how you know I'm, like, really tired, because usually I will be like, you know, I'm tired, but I'm still going to stream because, well, I need to stream. But sometimes I'll be, like, either that tired or that, like, I'm really not feeling it today, where I don't stream. So Discord is in the description. If you have a suggestion for me to do on, like, a game to play, there's a suggestion box in there. So that's all you need to do. Somebody actually suggested me the other day. I say the other day, even though as I'm recording this, it's yesterday. But I say the other day because of at the time which is this coming out. There is no cops here, so no one sees me. Okay. But oh, come on! I looked around. I did not look behind me. That was my mistake. That was my mistake. I made the mistake of not looking around. But that's all. But my only requirements is that it's free, it's accessible. All right, that is all, that is it. Okay, if you want to suggest to me a game, is that all I require is that it is free and that it's accessible. Now, Now, this is being recorded only for YouTube, and I don't think I'm going to edit this. But but this is more of just a ploy to be like, hey, you should probably start going and watching my streams on Twitch, because there was a certain point where I was like, you know, I think I'm going to take a break from YouTube for a while, and I decided to take a break from YouTube but still stream on Twitch. And I really feel like that there's like some of my audience that still thinks that I'm only streaming on Twitch. No, I'm still streaming on. After that month was over, I decided to go and stream on YouTube again, but after that, people were like, so like I literally had somebody in one of my comments at one point say, "It's a shame that you're no longer streaming on YouTube," and I'm like, I am streaming on YouTube. So yeah, for those of you, if you are in my audience thinking I'm no longer streaming on YouTube, I am. It's just I'm mostly streaming on Twitch more because at this point it's no longer my decision to only stream on Twitch. It's because YouTube doesn't understand what YouTube is, and as a result, OBS cannot connect. So later tonight, I maybe not. This is more maybe not. I say tonight, but it's not even a day of which I am uploading this, but the day of which I'm recording this, that night, I am maybe not going to try and stream again at night. This is more of just being said towards like the people who are watching the streams more than the YouTube, because what more happens on the streams. Okay, so we're going to want to be careful about this because I see that car there. So, okay. So, lesson learned. Do not go where the cars are because they are often going to be cops. Okay. So that's my entire thing. It's just don't it's just that I'm still streaming on YouTube and I'm still uploading. My shorts are still going there. Just the streams mostly happen more on Twitch than YouTube. And plus, I start streaming on Twitch before I start streaming on YouTube because the plugin that I have for OBS that allows me to stream on both ends, I have to start streaming on Twitch before I do YouTube. Hold on. I need to obliterate this guy. There. Okay. Sorry, I thought there was a message. I'm way too accustomed to like being like, oh, okay, yeah, somebody messaged on Discord. It's most likely a message for me, even though it's not. I don't know why I said custom. That's my mentality on that. When I'm on a server with like a whole bunch of other people, and it's like there are other people on here. They're not necessarily talking to you, and I'm like, okay. Nobody says that. That's me that's talking. Yes, I see. Yeah, we're not doing it up there. We are gonna go all the way over to here because I don't trust that. Okay, we're kind of just desecrating this guy's grave. I just realized. Okay, good. Okay, one more. Also, there was this video that came out a bit ago that I came across, and it just showed how like the AI for Google Maps and Waze and all these places like find the quickest routes to get to a certain place. And I looked at that and I was like, that is actually really cool. Like this is like what I mention AI and people will immediately be like, oh, AI, it's horrible. When here's the thing, there's AI where it actually does its job, but then there's AI where here's the thing. Okay, look, I'm not like the type of person that's like, oh yeah, I need to use AI for everything. No, what I believe is that like a lot of the AIs that people are using nowadays, like companies are using, are most likely using it like using the cheapest AI that they can afford, and those cheap AIs that are made are usually like the types that are made where somebody who like barely knows how to code, like knows just enough of how to code, and decides to just throw a whole bunch of shit together and just be like, okay, yeah, this is how it goes, to the point where it looks like it's doing the job, but then but then it doesn't really do the job very well. But when you get like a good AI that actually knows that's actually built for something, like for example, like if YouTube decided to actually look at the AI that they got and decided, hey, okay, we might need to like take a look at this, then maybe and get like a better one, then that would be great. Okay, then that would be great. All right, am I? Now, and I know that somebody's gonna probably take it this far, so I'm gonna shut it down before anything. I don't really care much for AI art. Okay, no, because calling yourself an artist by just making AI art is basically the equivalent of saying that you are a 5-star chef because you cooked something in the microwave. I tell people that and they're like, no, you're not. I'll tell AI artists that and they're like, no, you're not. You just press some buttons. And I'm like, yeah, same thing with AI art. It's like you're not even the one who made the art. You got the AI, and the AI did all the work for you. Art is where you're supposed to be doing. Art is supposed to be something that you do yourself. Oh, that guy's drunk, so you don't just rob a drunk guy. I mean, I could, but. And I might go back to just robbing drunk guys later, but still. Like, okay, but when you got, like, AI that actually knows what it's doing, that actually is built for doing the, task, then that's better AI than just, like, what companies are doing, or just being like, let's just throw some shit together and hope for the best. Let's lay off all of our workers and hopefully... and maybe things will get better. Let's lay off a whole bunch of people that know what they're doing and replace it with cheap AI that knows nothing of what it's doing. Like, why don't we do that? That seems like a good idea. Like, when you do that, that's when it's like, no, then that's when it's not good. But if I like if you're like my friend Mike, who has been on here, who has been on this channel several times, had his own YouTube channel, still exists, but he doesn't post on it anymore. Like, I asked him what he's doing, and he showed me what he was doing one day, because I was like, why are you speaking into your phone? Because I noticed that what he's doing. And he's doing something. I'm like, what are you doing? He shows me that he's trying to come up with a story, but he's using AI to like help him with that. And it's like, okay, if you're using AI to help you as a tool to help, then that's all right. However, if you're using it like as what's it called, like as a tool to do it for you, then it's not. Then that's when that's when there starts being a problem. Okay, so let's not go over to that stash house yet. Let's go over and do something. There's something else I want to do. I want to go and get more cars for that stuff. So like if I'm using AI, I'm gonna use it as a tool. I'm not gonna use it to do the work for me. Here's I don't really use ChatGPT. Okay. Hold on. I think I'm gonna exit out of that so that way I don't get any more things. But okay, so it's best to use AI as a tool and not to do the work for you. Now, that being said, don't use AI to do your homework. All right, don't do it. Don't do it because, well, honestly, you know what? Well, because you actually, you do need to learn. As much as you may hate school, and as much as I'm usually like the type of guy that's like, oh no, oh no, I don't really like school. I'd still recommend you do your homework so that way you can actually learn some stuff. So that way you can be like, I tried. Alright? Despite the fact that the school does not care whether you tried or not. All they care about is if you got like a good grade. So there's all of that. But still, so that way you could actually say, no, I did try and actually mean it. Whether or not people believe you or not, but still. Okay, so how much am I able to have here? I just remembered I can't source them here. Okay, hold on. Alright, hold on, just give me a moment, let me take a look at this. How many can I have? How many in here can I have? That's something I need to know. Okay, there's a lot in here. Okay, so I'm gonna go and call out my my terabyte because that thing makes it so much easier to work with. It makes it so much easier. But I'd still recommend doing that. Because here's the reason. Like, okay, yeah, you want to cheat on a test, but then like the big test comes along and all of a sudden it's like, okay, you have no way to actually cheat. All right? You have no way to use AI, you have no way to use any of that stuff. Now you must cuz I don't know if this still go. Okay, so, service vehicles, asset lab, return options, return lab, and then let's go down to here. Yeah, I should not have the asset lab available. I shouldn't have the asset lab available. Oh, that probably still counts. Service vehicles, asset lab, return options, return bike to asset lab. Okay, maybe that's why. Hold on. There we go. Okay, it's gonna be like right over here. Yep, terabytes over here. Alright, terabyte. Here we go. Okay. You know what? You know what? I quite like the purple aesthetic in here. I like the purple aesthetic that I made in here. But anyway, actually, you know what? I'm already done with I've already finished the asset stuff. So, the asset lab stuff. So, this is going to be the end of the video. So, I'll see you guys later. And hopefully the next video that I have will be edited, but most likely it won't be. So, I'll see you guys later.